Hi guys, it's Harry from ONYX. Welcome to our latest video. Today we're going to explain the differences between good PPF and bad PPF. Unfortunately, the customer of this Ferrari Portofino had his car PPF from new. We're not going to name the company or the brand of film that's been used on this, but it's not good. He recently had his 911 Turbo S done by us, and he was outstanding at the results. He said you could hardly tell it was on there, whereas this Ferrari is so obvious and so poor in coverage that it's going to have to be replaced, unfortunately. So this bonnet is done in 5 pieces rather than a single piece. Up until a year and a half ago, it would have had to have been done in 3 pieces, which just isn't great. But for some reason, the manufacturer of this pattern or hand cut material has done it in 5 pieces, which means it's so obvious and it's not aesthetically pleasing for the customer. I mean, the whole point of PPF is it's there to protect the paint and also enhance the finish, but this is not doing that. So I mean, you've got 5 pieces going on here with a numerous amount of joins which are not clear. It's so poor in appearance that on a car of this value, it just stands out like a sore thumb. So we're going to remove this piece of material. We're going to machine polish the vehicle, and then we're going to install our single piece hood or bonnet on the vehicle, which will obviously be far more aesthetically pleasing, and it will also include wrapped edges, which this doesn't have. So obviously give a better coverage, minimising the chances of damage from stone chips and scratches. I mean, for instance, on this wing, so you've got a hand cut here, and I mean, the pattern it's leaving an edge exposed. So, I mean, any damage on that wing, and it's going to damage the paint rather than the PPF. So, on this bonnet, we've actually got a physical gap in the pattern, or hand cut, I'm not entirely sure. It looks like hand cut to me. So we've actually got a gap coming up here, which is obviously going to leave this exposed to paint damage.
Yeah.
So we've actually got what 5mm gap maybe in the middle of your bonnet. It's not great. So for some reason they've actually done this in 5 pieces. So it actually starts here. You've got a piece that runs all the way down here and covers the majority hood, and then you've got one infill and then another inlay here. I don't know what's happened. Maybe they messed up when they were installing it, but it's not a very nice way of installing it. And for the customer, as a customer, and as a dealer of XPEL material, we wouldn't be happy with that going on any vehicle, let alone a Ferrari Portofino. Right, so as standard on this particular pattern, the top edge, the leading arch edges are wrapped, but because we have the ability with our software to adapt patterns to how we want them, we've also wrapped the top edge and the back edge, which gives you obviously maximum coverage whilst making it near invisible. Right, so guys, the end result is here. We have now finished the Ferrari Portofino, which obviously had the old film removed and the new XPEL Ultimate First installed to the front end. We've got one piece on every panel rather than 5 pieces and 3 pieces on the front bumper. We've got wrapped edges as standard on every panel, including front edges and back edges. So we've got what I can only describe as an install that has maximum coverage whilst looking aesthetically pleasing. So on the previous install, the pattern was very interesting, if we can call it a pattern. With massive gaps around the Ferrari shields. I mean, if you look at the difference between our pattern and theirs, obviously this is a nice machine cut piece, which obviously is perfectly aligned and fits right around the edge of the badge nice and tightly. Then obviously, for example, around the indicator down the bottom, obviously it's nice and machine cut, nice and smooth, nice and round. Obviously it means it looks aesthetically pleasing. And obviously you've got a wrapped edge on the front of the panel as well, just to ensure that obviously that really susceptible area to stone chips is protected. So on the front bumper, it's a one-piece bumper as well. So obviously it's got a couple of joins, but they're really nice and neat and perfectly aligned together. If you look right around this parking sensor, I mean it's as tight as it can get and perfectly placed. We've got wrapped edges on the top of the bumper and obviously on the leading edge of the bonnet. Obviously maximum coverage is the key to a successful install and a durable install. Right, so before this bonnet was in 5 pieces. Now we have a one-piece bonnet with wrapped edges everywhere. Obviously the previous install, the actual pattern ended on the edge of the panel rather than wrapping around underneath, which obviously can cause stone chips. It's just not as aesthetically pleasing as a wrapped edge would be. So obviously we've taken the old film off, machine polished it, put a one-piece hood on, and now it's good to go. Thanks for watching our latest video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything else you'd like us to feature or put into our videos, please let us know. If you can subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you.